Of course, it wasn't my idea. To me, art is a fairly dirty word used by a large number of people hiding behind walls of themselves. I'm afraid I'm a shit and I prefer it that way. That's alright, because I play my small game and let alone what should be let alone. But the mother suggested our daughter attended Saturday art class, and what's a drunken gambler and an unemployed man to say? I pay a bit of child support, and it's worth it. She's a good little rag of a girl and we laugh a lot, but the mother believes in art. She runs with the whole mad gang like that. They chew on art like vultures, suckerfish, the blathering soul, a wild... Well, never mind. Don't let me get into that, okay? The first one or two times were all right. I was just a strange man standing there. Then later, when the mother saw how my child ran to me with such delightful fury and trust, I was almost accepted, as if I cared. But as the weeks went on, the parents began to know each other, speak to each other. There was one perfectly terrible man, a square something built of wood. He moved toward me stiffly several times, smiling. I managed to walk off, or lean over the wall as if sick. He finally gave up. And then there was one worse than any other. Strangely diseased beard, eyes always happy, wore purple and red and yellow, very interested in life, always thrusting himself on everybody. A very fine fellow. Meanwhile, I'd broken my small toe, right foot, while drunk, and so when he moved toward me, it was with much difficulty that I had to walk away down the steps, as if I had forgotten my ham sandwich, or my collected works of Keats. Soon the parents began to understand and they stood in their circles, talking, and I stood alone in my circle, not talking. There was one young teacher, a female, in room 6 who looked like she needed a good lay, and since I'm a very old and evil-looking man, I stared at her ass, tits, lips, ears, everything, whenever she came out of room. She hated me, and that gave me some amusement while I waited for my daughter. The last Saturday was the worst. I arrived hungover. Then, at noon, from room 3, Barnsdall Park, they ran out and I thought, fine, I'll get the girl and we'll play Batman and Robin, eat ice cream and forget the art con. But Jesus, they all ran toward me. The teacher, a rather blushing type male, probably a nice person though and all that, but here they came, all running, toward me. 16 little girls between 5 and 9, and 12 little boys between 5 and 9, and the art teacher blushing, running. And they had 2 or 3 large plastic balloons, scrawled with peace signs and colorful designs, and I can't get out of the way. My little girl is in there somewhere, and I think, Jesus Christ, how phony, how sickening the nice people are, and it's all art shit, the trick. Everybody loads their trick on somebody else, and then they let their helium-filled balloons fly into the sky. And my little girl said, Hank, come here and watch. So I went there and watched, and the art teacher said, what's going to happen to them? Tell me, what's going to happen to them? And he blushed, and he was thinking of the 2 or 3 helium-filled balloons with their peace signs, and I was thinking about the 16 little girls between 5 and 9, and 12 little boys between 5 and 9, and I took my kids home, and I limped down the long stairway with her. I had re-smashed a toe, and she said, thinking about the balloons, it's kind of sad. And I said, yes it is. Then we found my blue 1962 Comet. We got in together, it started, and we turned left and down Hollywood Boulevard past a car wash. Look, she said, all those men in those orange overalls, rubbing those cars with rags, why do they do that? That's so they can stay alive, I told her. That's sad too, she said. That's right. It was sad. It was their art, with very little blushing. Just work and wait, as the sun is wasted, as they are wasted. When we got to my place, she showed me her paintings, and I said, very nice, can I have this one? And she said, sure. I hung it on the wall. It's looking at me now. It's a girl's face done all in red, and the mouth is speaking. It says, okay. Then it says, no. That's art. Batman, Robin, or Plato couldn't have said it any better.